Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer, where we are dealing with the events that are unfolding today. Political rallies have been called by Sifuna, Senator Sifuna in Kakamega. Riggy and the United Opposition have called rallies here. Young men and young ladies are likely to be shot dead. What does the law say when the police are justified to use force? Is it lawful for a policeman or a policewoman to shoot a young Gen Z, either shoot dead or shoot and injure? We shall be looking at the law on use of guns during political rallies. This is found in the 6th schedule of the National Police Service Act. Part A of the 6th schedule sets out the conditions as to the use of force. 1. Listen. A police officer shall always attempt to use non-violent means first. And force may only be employed when non-violent means are ineffective or without any promise of achieving the intended results. The National Police Service Act, Section 5 provides, Schedule 5 provides that the police must use non-violent means. That is, they try to arrest, handcuff, they use batons, they use whichever means, not the gun. Unless that approach fails, then that is when a police officer is allowed to use force. 2. The force used shall be proportional to the objective to be delivered. The seriousness of the offense and the resistance of the person against whom it is used are only to the extent necessary while adhering to the provisions of the law and standing orders. If the police fail to succeed using other means, then they will only result into using of a gun if the resistance, the person being arrested, resists. 2, the person being arrested has also a gun, an offensive gun. 3, the life of the officer is in danger. 4, if it is extremely necessary to use a live bullet. So we are going to see on TV and in Court Helicopter in the evening episodes of young people being shot dead, being shot without any provocation, and that is illegal, and that is what that schedule talks about, and that has been captured by Justice Tande, which we shall read what she says. 3. When the use of force results in injury, what is required of the policeman once he has shot any demonstrator? Do you know what the law says? The police officers present shall provide medical assistance immediately, and unless there are good reasons, failing to do so shall be a criminal offense. Do you know once a policeman has shot a demonstrator, the officers who are present have got to administer first aid. They have got to take that person to hospital. So whenever a policeman shoots, young men, keep the video of the policeman who shot, keep the video of the police officers who are present, so that it can be evidence that they never took the person who has been shot dead to hospital. Remember, also when the person has been shot dead, it is the responsibility of the police to carry the body to hospital. Remember, the police do not ascertain whether somebody is dead. It is the doctors at the hospital who will pronounce somebody dead. So, anybody is left uncollected from the scenes of riots, it is a criminal offense and the police will be arrested for that. 2. Immediately after somebody has been shot, the police shall notify relatives of or close friends of the injured or affected persons. It is the responsibility of the police. Once they have shot somebody, remember, it is mandatory for every person to carry identification documents. The police, once you have been shot, they will take details. If you are not dead, ask you who is your next of kin. Give us the telephone number. They call that relative. They call the next of kin. If somebody is dead, they have got to get into the purse or get into the pocket and get the details. It is the duty of the police to notify the relatives. Remember, the law says once somebody has died in an accident or has been shot dead, it is the responsibility of the police to notify first the family before that news is released to the other members of the public. 4th, a police officer who uses any form of force shall immediately report to the officer superior, explaining the circumstances that necessitate the use of force, and the supervisor shall judge the rightfulness and decide on the next step. Immediately a police officer has shot one, he must be disarmed. The gun he has used must be, those officers around him must disarm him. Take possession of that gun, because that gun must go for ballistic investigations. 2, he must report to his superiors and the circumstances of what happened. Or the police officers who are there must report to their superiors. 5, any use of force that leads to death or serious injury and other grave consequences shall be reported immediately by the officer in charge or another direct superior of the person who caused the death or injury to the Independent Police Oversight Authority to investigate the case. This is very fundamental. Whenever a policeman uses a gun against a civilian, whether in a demonstration, it is not the police to investigate that case. It is the Independent Police Oversight Authority, which is created to investigate the police officers. So, every time your relative has been shot by the police, go to IPOA. Get that complaint at IPOA. There was originally a department in the police called Internal Affairs Unit that was investigating such matters. It has no jurisdiction to deal with matters where a civilian has been shot by a police officer. Then Part B of the schedule says, that is Part B of the 6th schedule stipulates the conditions as to the use of firearms as follows. 1. A firearm may only be used when less extreme means are inadequate, and for the following purpose only when saving or protecting the life of the officer or another person. The firearm can only be used when protecting the life of that officer or another person. 2. In self-defense or in defense of another person against whom a threat about his life is open. So they cannot shoot a demonstrator who is just demonstrating at Sifuna's rally. C. It is used in protection of life and property through justifiable use of force. So those police officers trigger happy who are going to shoot young people in a Malemba at Edwin Sifuna's rally, you now know. And all the people who will be at those rallies have now known If it is preventing a person charged with a felony from escaping lawful custody, there will be nobody who is in lawful custody who will be escaping. Lawful custody means a person has been jailed, is at community prison, he's escaping. That one the police have the right to shoot. They have no right to shoot a demonstrator at Edwin Sifuna's rally. Lastly, preventing a person who attempts to rescue a person charged with a felony from escaping from lawful custody. So what we are trying to tell you is that there is no law that is going to justify any police officer to shoot a demonstrator in Senator Edwin Sifuna's rally. There will be no law allowing the police to shoot anybody who is going to attend Babu Owino's rally. Wakili Danstan Omari brings it to you as you have heard it. Wish to pass the condolences to our IT guru, the digital manager who was running our helicopter platform, Lewis Msonge, who got an accident, a traffic accident, as he was crossing the road towards Aga Khan Hospital, and he passed on, and he stayed in hospital, ICU and HDU for over 10 days. He passed on, and burial shall be next weekend. We'll keep you updated. Our condolences to the family. Keep attending political rallies, and the police, now you know, it's not going to be business as usual. Wakili Danstan Omari.